All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Talking Real Experience. What I'm going to show you guys is how the New York Predator Department, as well as their civilian Sambos and Sambinas within the New York Predator Department, and well as their civilian Sambos and Sambinas, the Negropean destructive cult members, will engage in psychological operations. So I got on the bus this morning. Bus went to the next stop. The MTA officers got on the bus, which is again to check people's ticket. Now they usually standing outside the bus as people exit out the bus checking their tickets. But this time now they're on the bus, right? Anyhow, so this woman here was sitting across from me, stands up, puts her book back down, stands up, right? And again, never seen this before, but this is new. So I started recording. I'm like, okay, she's standing up, whatever. She's facing that way, or have you. And then I started to feel that fixation drill where I'm staring at her ear buds. Sometimes they'll have the white ones, and they'll walk in front of me, and I become fixated on it. So this is what they were doing. But again, this is scripted, and again, I'm going to prove it. Let's go. That's a bag right there. Now watch. Watch, I tell you how scripted this is, right? Because then I'm going to record. So what does she do? What does the woman sitting next to me do? Okay, let's go back. Okay. Now, again, the bus, they had stopped. There was outside the bus for people who was coming out. Then they came in on the bus. Again, they've never done that before. Okay. And again, look at where she puts her back. Look at where she puts her back. She was sitting across from me. She puts her bag right there. Okay. With a loud muffler. With the loud muffler. Well, that's part of the noise campaign. So she goes, we got to get to work. So I talk about how they will at times, give conflicting messages, subliminal messages, right? Or we're gonna whitelist you if you get a job, shit like that. Then it comes out, well, you can work, you need to get to work, what have you. Now, again, my condition has not improved; it has gotten worse. But they still want to do this because you see these religious fanatics, right? When I talk about a sadistic mindset, this is what they do. This is psychological manipulation. This is psychological torture. Okay? This is the type of stuff they engage in, and they call themselves good people. When I talk about they are no good Christians, they really are no good Christians because they believe in lies. So if you believe in lies, you're going to teach lies to each other, including your children. All right? And your children will grow up to be liars. There's the Sambos, right? Again, they don't ever have these New York City Predator officers around when they do this stuff, right? But again, this is like a coercive threat. And again, I'm not afraid. All right. Now, when they look what she does. Woman right here, standing right here. Look what she does. Right? That's the cue, right? So now she moves to the bus, then the New York Predator Department, Sambos and Sambinas, walking that way. Okay. And I tell you, I got that. Okay. Now she comes back, right? Look, watch her movement. Her movement coincides with certain things that are happening on the outside. Okay, okay, watch it. Listen. All right. So again, how they're trying to mask their targeting is that she goes up to the bus driver to talk to the bus driver, right? As she comes back, yeah, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so hey, so now see that they comes this they're walking, right? The Sambos and Sambina, that's right. And I'm again I'm just calling the truth out. All right. So this is the New York Predator Department sending me a subliminal message. Right? All right. So now she walks and she has her wallet in her hands, but she's showing me the Metro card. That's what it is. They used to do that a lot. Hold the Metro card so I can see it. I talked about this. They haven't done this in a couple of years because now there's the Omni card. not a couple of years, since last year. All right. Was it last year or maybe 2 years ago? Probably about 2 years ago. Right? Because before 2 years ago, they would always flash their Metro card on my face. Why? Because it's an unlimited card, right? So the New York Predator Department is showing that, oh, well, we have an unlimited budget and we're going to keep on paying these people to do what they do to you and all the other TIs, right, that live in New York City or, So this is part of the things that they do, right? This is what they do. Now look. All right. You hear that? Thank you, operator. You're good. Then what's he gonna do? Look. Gonna turn around because he wants me to see his badge. That's what he wants me to see. His badge. Okay. And of course, just to look at me. Of course, he's looking at me. That's what that is. He walks back that way. Okay. And then here she said, "Oh my God, crazy." All right. I got her too. Now look what she's gonna do. See that? Let's go back. Let me go back here because I want to pause it, and I want to show you guys exactly what she's gonna do. Watch. You see that? When I talk about the sadistic mindset, all right, these religious fanatics and those that are in position of authority and the abuse of power, the targeting of civilians, right? And again, because also, like I said, because those in the higher ups know that what they have done and what they've been doing is illegal. They violate your rights, your human rights, your constitutional rights, your civil rights. The Nuremberg Convention, the code of non-consensual human experimentation being illegal, right? Not also that, but illegally implanting civilians with microchips so they can get away with that by trying to set you up, manipulate you, engaging in cognitive warfare, psychological warfare, coercive persuasion, manipulating you so that they can get away with doing what they've been doing. So if any one of us decide to speak out like I'm doing and expose what it is that they're doing, then they will try to institutionalize you or incarcerate you because you're either going to be crazy or they're going to put you into the penal system. So that's why when she walked back to sit down, she says the word crazy. Now I always talk about this, right? Where when it doesn't pan out, whatever that they're trying doesn't work, all of a sudden they're back to calling me crazy, right? you're a criminal, and because those criminals within law enforcement within the New York Predator Department, which is the most corrupt police department in the nation, have been for decades, right? They think that they can get away with this, right? I'm saying no, you're not. I'm not going to allow you to. Okay. Now let's go to the other video. Now again, this is the thing that they do, the type of stage things that they do. So you'll see here again, more New York New York Predator Department officers working with, when I talk about how businesses will shake down businesses, they will manipulate people who own businesses and stuff like that. Watch what's going to happen here. So the bus had drove off from that stop. So now, as soon as the bus, there was, I think, the light changed. So when I talk about how before, when I used to drive, right, how they will manipulate the traffic lights, and I became very aware of them manipulating the traffic light. There are times when I was driving, and the light had just turned green. All of a sudden, let's say if I'm 2 cars behind, the light just turned green, right? As soon as those 2 cars cross the light, then the light would turn red. Right? If they had street signs, any type of constructions on the road, in the road, every time I approach the sign, they'll change it, and the word "test" will be on the display. Okay, whenever I approach, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I can see the signs, right, from maybe half a block away, but as soon as I get close to that sign, driving close to that sign, they'll change it to "test." All right. So watch what's going to happen here. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to expose it. So the officer here moves his hand towards like his crotch area. Okay. And I don't think I can. Okay. Well, I can do slow-mo on this phone, which is something that, which I missed on my other phone. Right. But let's go back again because it's very quick, right? Very subtle. Okay. What it is that they do. Okay. As soon as the bus stopped, they come and the mechanic started walking into his shop or whatever. It could be a worker or what have you. So he's walking into the shop. All right. All right. Now, yeah, she's part of it. I'm gonna show you guys. You'll see. Okay. Oh, you'll see. Look what he does with this one. See that? Okay, now he didn't take anything out of his pocket. So he didn't go in his pocket. He went in front. Like I talk about what they'll do when they used to walk towards me, grabbing their crotch, and I started recording it, exposing them, and then so what they do that they'll send, their destructive civilian religious fanatical cult member, male that is, who will walk past me and grab his crotch as he's walking in front of me, right? So you can see the hand action, right? Now look. Orchestrated. Okay. Now look at the other officer in front there now. All right. So now as he walks by, watch. Listen. Watch. Look where he's at. This one here. All right, now he's walking. Now we do the hand signal. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you guys the hand signals. Okay, I can't slow it down, but I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it is that they do. Okay. Look. See, he does the middle finger. You see, look. I can't slow it down, but you guys can see. Maybe I can pause it. Look what he does. All right, both of them. One, the palm fixation drill. The other one in front, right? This middle finger sticking out his middle finger. See that? And of course they do it because they have their back turned, right? So they think I can't, I won't be able to get their face on video. But there he goes right there. That's the piece of shit. That's the racist piece of shit. you know, and then they get the sambo right here. Okay. Now, while this is happening, okay, let's go here. There she go again. There she goes again. Right? When I talk about the traders in our community, as Malcolm X said, the Sambos and the Sambinas. Bob Marley said, that whenever a black man or a black woman, right, either working to achieve something, right, that they're going to be using those, particularly if you are a person who speaks the truth, they are going to use people in your community. They're going to manipulate you without you even knowing it, and then use people in your community, or use people in your community to try to manipulate you and set you up, or manipulate you and set you up, so they can try to control you, right? So they can try to control you, right? And you have these females, like I said, black women have been, Negro women have been weaponized against their men because of the idea planted in their mind, right? So when I talk about that, these women all want the same type of man, regardless whether they're 300 pounds, 200 pounds, whether they're 50, 60, 70 years old. They all describing the same kind of man. It shows you how their minds have been manipulated. And the church has to be held responsible, because the church, the pastors in the church are one of the main reasons why they think like this. Why they believe this, I should say, not think, but why they believe this. Because why? Because the money. So they want guys, they condition them to seek out men with money, even though that's a woman's natural inclination. It's called hypergamy. But when you look at in any society, the majority of men within the society are average earning men. Right? Average earning men. So the manipulation of our women is something that our women today don't even want to know, because why? Economic plays a big part of it. This is the reason why, like I said, when black people achieve any sort of economic upliftment or some sort of economic empowerment, what happens? White people, there's always a white backlash, right? There's always a crash in the economy, wiping out the economic gains of black people as a whole, not as an individual, as individuals, but as a group, as a whole, right? So what happened during the 2008, 2009 financial crash? It wiped out the majority of black wealth that has been gained over the past decade and a half, almost 2 decades. Okay? That's what that did. But we didn't think of it like that, right? We didn't think of it like that. But black economists and also white economists said the same thing, right? Why? Because housing, black people during the 90s and the early 2000s, within those decade and a half, started buying homes, right? And then what did we see within in 2004 or 5? We start to see the predatory lending, predominantly to black women, right? To black women. Okay? So black women were owning homes. But guess what? They did not have the savings, so that when they lost their job, right? Or when the banks start raising the interest rates on the mortgage in their home, they could no longer afford to pay it. So you were basically working just to pay off your house. That's it. You couldn't save anything. So when the market crashed, that wiped out the majority of black wealth. Okay? You had unemployment. You had the market. People, they were selling you homes that was not even worth the price that you paid for it. And again, you didn't pay for your down payment. The bank still owned it. But it's there. It was created that way. It was a setup, because that's how the system is, and that's what it does to us as black people. It sets us up. And you got Sambinas like this who will participate in these things. Yeah, I hear the NY Predators Department out there using their sirens. So when I tell you I got them, I got them. When I say I'm proving what it is that I'm saying that was done to me, I'm proving it. Right? The New York Predator Department has been engaging, and not just me, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are microchipped, don't even know it, who have been psychologically manipulated, brainwashed, and don't even know it. Right? This is what they're doing and trying to cover it up. And so when I'm telling you guys this was happening, and people they want to call you crazy, why? Because they have the power to label you when it suits them. Right? So they can get away with what? Not being held accountable for what it is that they've done and continue to do. Come on. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. All right. Talk to you guys in the next video.